Dear students, I hope you are all well and studying in your home. Few weeks ago, we were read about the protected areas for the conservation of plants and animals. Okay, we read about wildlife sanctuary, national parks in detail. First, we read about today biosphere reserve. Children, along with Professor Avat at Madhavji, entered the biosphere reserve area. Madhavji explained that biosphere reserves are the areas meant for conservation of biodiversity. As you are aware, that biodiversity is the variety of plants, animals, and microorganisms generally found in an area. The biosphere reserves help to maintain the biodiversity and culture of that area. A biosphere reserve may also contain other protected areas in it. The Pachmadi Biosphere Reserve consists of one national park named Satpura and two wildlife sanctuaries named Pori and Pachmadi. So this is a question can ask for you from you that but which biosphere reserve contain one national park and two wildlife sanctuaries, and you have to know their names also. Okay, as you seen in figure 7.1. Okay, this is this is the Pachmadi Biosphere Reserve. Okay, it consists of one sanctuary Pachmadi sanctuary, okay, and one sanctuary is Bori sanctuary, okay, and one national park Satpura also. Okay, this is the Satpura National Park. Another activity for you, list the factors disturbing the biodiversity of your area. Some of these factors are, and human activities may disturb the biodiversity unknowingly. List these human activities. How can these can be checked? Okay, discuss in your class and write a brief report in your notebook. So you can do in your rough notebook, and you can try, because these are the ideas. Okay, these are the chapters which help you to come up with your own ideas. Okay, so we read something about next topic, flora and fauna. As the children walk around the biosphere reserve, they appreciate the green wealth of the forest. They are very happy to see tall teak trees and animals inside the forest. Suddenly, Pahili finds a rabbit and wants to catch it. She starts running after it. Professor Ahmed stops her. He explains that animals are comfortable and happy in their own habitat. We should not disturb them. Madhvi explains that some animals and plants typically belong to a particular area. The plants and animals found in a particular area are termed flora and fauna, respectively, of that area. So, it means if plants are found in a particular area, these are known as flora, and animals are known as fauna. Okay, sal, teak, mango, jamun, silver fern, arjun, etc. are the flora, and chinkara, blue bull, barking deer, cheetal, leopard, wild dog, wolf, etc. are examples of fauna of the Pachmadi Biosphere Reserve. Okay, figure 7.2. So these are figure also given here. Okay, in first figure a wild dog is given. Okay, next is cheetal, and next is wolf. Okay, and leopard, fawn, and geometry respectively. Try to identify the flora and fauna of your area and list them. Okay, you can also do this activity. Now we read about the endemic species. Soon the group quietly enters the deep forest. Children are surprised to see a very big squirrel. This squirrel has a big fluffy tail. They are very curious to know about it. Madhavji explain tell them that this is known as the giant squirrel and is endemic to this area. Endemic species are those species of plants and animals which are found exclusively in a particular area. Okay, so these species will be found only a particular area. They are not naturally found anywhere else. A particular type of animal or plant may be endemic to a zone, a state, or a country also. Okay. Madhavji shows sal and wild mango as given in figure. Okay, this is the wild mango and this is the figure of giant squirrel. Okay, are the endemic flora of the Panchmani Biosphere Reserve. Okay, sal and mango, wild mango reserve. Same as bison, Indian giant squirrel, okay, and flying squirrel are endemic flora fauna of this area. Professor Ahmed explains that the destruction of their habitat, increasing population, and introduction of new species may affect the natural habitat of endemic species and endanger their existence. So this is the figure of giant squirrel. Okay, it is endemic to the Pachmani Biosphere Reserve. Next term is species. Species, you many time read about it that species is a group of population which are capable of interbreeding. This means that the members of a species can reproduce fertile offspring only with the member of their own species and not with members of other species. Member of a species have common characteristics. Okay, find out the endemic plants and animals of the region where you live. Okay, so you have to try it. Now we read about the wildlife sanctuary in detail. Soon Pehli sees a board with Pachmadi Wildlife Sanctuary written on it. Professor Ahmed explained that killing or poaching or capturing animals in general is strictly prohibited and punishable by law in all such places in wildlife sanctuaries. Okay. Wildlife sanctuaries like reserve forest provide protection and suitable living conditions to wild animals. He also tells them that people living in wildlife sanctuaries are allowed to do certain activities such as grazing by their livestock, collecting medicinal plants, firewood, etc. Some of the threatened wild animals like black buck, white-eyed buck, elephant, golden cat, pink-headed duck, gharial, marsh crocodile, python, rhinoceros, etc. are protected and preserved in our wildlife sanctuaries. Indian sanctuaries have unique landscapes, broad level forests, mountain forests, and bushlands in deltas of big rivers. It is a pity that even protected forests are not safe because people living in the neighborhood encroach upon them and destroy them. Children are reminded of their visit to the zoo. They recall that zoos are also places where animals receive protection. What is the difference between a zoo and a wildlife sanctuary? Okay, so for this you have to visit a nearby zoo, observe the condition provided to the animals. Were they suitable for the animals? Can animals live in artificial setting instead of their natural habitat? In your opinion, will the animal be comfortable in a zoo or their natural habitat? So your answer will be in their natural habitat. So for this, national parks are formed. On the roadside, there was another board on which was written Satpura National Park. Children are now eager to go there. Madhavji tells them that these reserves are large and diverse enough to protect whole sets of ecosystems. They preserve flora, fauna, landscape, and historic objects of an area. Satpura National Park is the first reserve forest of India. So this is also you have to know. This is the first reserve forest of India. The finest Indian teak is found in this forest. There are more than 100 national parks in India. Rock shelters are also found inside the Satpura National Park. These are evidences of prehistoric human life in these jungles or forest. Okay, these give us an idea of the life of primitive people. Rock painting are found in these shelters. A total of 55 rock shelters have been identified in Pachmadi Biosphere Reserve. Figures of animals and men fighting, hunting, dancing, and playing musical instruments are depicted in these paintings. Many tribals still live in the area. As children move ahead, they see a board with Satpura Tiger Reserve written on it. Madhavji explains that Project Tiger was launched by the government to protect tigers in the country. The objective of this project was to ensure the survival and maintenance of the tiger population in the country. Are tigers still found in this forest? I hope I can see a tiger. Tiger, as you see in figure 7.4, this is the image of tiger. These are species which are slowly disappearing from the forest. But the Satpura Tiger Reserve is a unique in the sense that a significant increase in the population of tigers has been seen there. Once upon a time, animals like lions, elephants, wild buffaloes, and Parasinga were also found in the Satpura National Park. Animals whose numbers are diminishing to a level that they might face extinction are known as the endangered animals, okay, which are near the extinction, near at the face of extinction. Pujo is reminded of the dinosaurs which become extinct a long time ago. Okay, so there are some figure also given in your book. Wild buffaloes, it was okay. Survival, we read about that after seeing the figures because it's a 7 point Barasinga. Animals has become difficult because of disturbance in their natural habitat. Professor Ahmed tells them that in order to protect plants and animals, strict rules are imposed in all national parks. Human activities such as grazing, poaching, hunting, capturing of animals, or collection of firewood, medicinal plants, etc., are not allowed. Okay, in national parks, these activities are strictly prohibited. So, Paheli want to know that are only big animals facing extinction? So, Madhavji tells Paheli that small animals are much more in danger of becoming extinct than the bigger animals. At times, we kill snakes, frogs, lizards, bats, and owls ruthlessly without realizing their importance in the ecosystem. By killing them, we are harming ourselves. They might be small in size, but their role in the ecosystem cannot be ignored. They form part of food chains and food webs about which you learned in class 7th. An ecosystem is made of all the plants, animals, microorganisms in an area along with non-living components such as climate, soil, river, data, etc. So, what do you understand by an ecosystem? Okay, it is made up of all plants, animals, microorganisms, okay, non-living and living things found in any area is made its ecosystem. I wonder if there is any record of all endangered species. Okay, so for this, a red data book, a word comes red data book. Okay, so you now want to know about the red data book. It is the source book which keeps a record of all the endangered animals and plants. Red data book is maintained internationally by our organization. India also maintains a data book for plants and animals found in India. Okay, so now we read about the migration. So the excursion party then enters deeper into the forest under the guidance of Madhavji. They sit near the Dawa reservoir to relax for some time. Paheli observes some of the birds near the river. Madhavji tells the children that these are migratory birds. These birds have flown here from other parts of the world. Migratory birds fly to faraway areas every year during a particular time because of climatic changes. They fly for laying eggs as the weather in their natural habitat becomes very cold and inhospitable. Birds who cover long distance to reach another land are known as migratory birds, as you learned in class 7th also. So, not much more given in this chapter now. Okay, so now we move to the recycling of paper. Professor Ahmed draws attention to the children to another cause of deforestation. He tells them that take 17 full grown trees to make 1 ton of paper. Okay, so it's quite a big number. Therefore, we should save paper. He also tells that paper can be recycled 5 to 7 times for use. If each student saves at least one sheet of paper in a day, we can save many trees in a year. We should save, reuse used paper, and recycle it. By this, we not only save trees but also save energy and water needed for manufacturing paper. Moreover, the amount of harmful chemicals used in paper making will also be reduced. So now Bujo wants to know that is there any permanent solution of problem of deforestation? So this is only a solution, that reforestation. Okay, I already told you that growing of trees is known as reforestation. Okay, reforestation is the restocking of the destroyed forest by planting new trees. The planted trees should generally be the same species which were found in that forest. We should plant at least as many as trees we cut. Reforestation can take place naturally also. If the deforested area is left undisturbed, it reestablishes itself. In natural reforestation, there is no role of human beings. Okay, we have already caused tremendous damage to our forest. If we have to retain our green wealth for future generations, plantation of more trees is the only option. Okay, Professor Ahmed also told them that in India we have the Forest Conservation Act. Okay, this act is aimed at preservation and conservation of natural forest and meeting the basic need of the people living in or near the forest. After some rest, Madhavji asked the children to start heading back because it is not advisable to stay in the jungle after sunset. On getting back, uh, the children thanked Madhavji for guiding them through his exciting experience. So, children, in this chapter, you will really learn about the different wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, biosphere reserves, okay, endemic species, endangered species, okay, and red data book, migration, okay, reforestation. So, this is a quite good chapter for reading about the conservation of plants and animals. Okay, so we meet with a new chapter in next class. Thank you.